Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. And not a new product, but an old piece of kit that I had that I thought would be great to share with everybody. And kind of a trip down Gwat's Lane. And something you can still find kind of on the used market. So I was going to do a different video, but then I was digging through my stuff and I came across my OTBs and I was like, man, you know what? I want to share these with the world and do a quick review on these guys. So, not going to do a crazy long video, but I want to share these boots because I think they still deserve some love. And what these are the Over the Beach OTB, or now New Balance, because they bought the OTB out a while back, Bootistans. And what these are is a combat hiker that was purpose built for combat hiking and Afghanistan, honestly. So I got these in 2011. I bought these specifically for my Army Infantry Afghanistan fucking kit I was doing in Japan. It was my soldiers lightweight kit thing where they were trying to like improve the soldiers load, and I thought it was a really neat concept, and I wanted to wear some frac U's because they were the new hotness, and I had gotten a hold of a pair while I was in Japan. I said, fuck it, let's do it, and let's make a kit. And I did. I built a really dope army kit, and I ran that in a bunch of Milsim events in Japan, and I got these boots to go with it because I said, hell, why not? And they are fantastic. I ended up wearing these all the time. They are completely waterproof, and instead of Gore-Tex, they are lined with Sympatex. It's a Sympatex liner on the inside. What I love about these boots is they have an ortholite footbed. This is gross, I know. Sorry, it's been in there forever. I took that out because I want to be able to put my own in there, which is great because you can. And I love the fact they've got this complete rubber rand that goes all the way around the boot, helps kind of protect it from rocks and debris, and that's exactly what it's done. As you can see here, there's some small nicks in this one right here. It's starting to separate a little bit, and they are old, but it's still holding up quite well. On this boot as well, you can see some of the damage here, and that is from the volcanic rock at like Mount Fuji. Like I said, I got these in Japan, and I wore these through the rainy season. I wore them every day when I was in the rainy season. I'd be, I guess, urban hiking in Tokyo, and these things were wonderful. They kept my feet nice and dry, and if you know anything about Japan, the rainy season sucks. It's very wet all the time, and it's just miserable. But if you have good waterproof footwear like these, um, they're good to go, and you're going to be happy. What was great though too is they, like I said, they're hikers. So you could go from chilling in Tokyo, eating sushi with your homies in Akihabara, and then you could hop the train and go do some exploring in Kamakura and go down and get off into the hills and right out there and be just fine. And that was what I loved about these shoes. What I also loved is they were great with my kit and they looked awesome. OTB made these in this brown and black, which was great because they did look good with civilian clothes. They also made them in a complete tan, so you could wear them with uniform, but that's neither here nor there. What I did change out was the laces. I didn't like the original laces. They were this big, fat, clunky laces, and they wouldn't stay tied, so I got these standard OG boot laces from the PX. And then something else I wasn't too fond of in the beginning was kind of how thick they were around the ankle. I got used to it though, and then I started liking it. I liked this divot back here. It was very comfortable when I would bend and move, and it didn't rub as much as some of the other hikers I've worn in the past. That was a nice little addition here. Another thing I like is the tongue. So the tongue is complete part of the actual boot itself and the actual body. As you can see, it goes almost all the way to the very top of the boot here, as you can see. And you could pretty much submerge yourself up to about this second eyelet and be good to go. Completely fine with water. After that, you're going to get some water in. Now, if you're wearing gaiters, supremely good to go. You are set. And I would recommend running gaiters with a boot like this all day long. The Bootistan is by far probably my favorite combat hiker. I've worn the Danners. I didn't really like them. That is why I ended up buying these, honestly. They were really pricey at the time, but now you can find these guys on eBay and some other outlets, and even some Army Navy stores, but usually like weird shoe outlets for like 140 bucks, 130 bucks, and I paid considerably more than that. Unfortunately, New Balance bought OTB out, so you can't go like to OTB and get them anymore. But you can still find like new old stock of these bad boys floating around. Finding your size might be a little difficult, but every so often you can find either a really gently used pair on the surplus market, somebody that maybe only wore them a handful of times and then just put them in a closet. Like these here still have a lot of life left in them. If I was ever to resell them, I could probably still resell them for easily a good 50, 60 bucks, maybe a little more, because they still have a ton of life left in them. As you can see, the Rand is still well intact. The Vibram sole is still completely intact and has a ton of life left in it. There's only minimal wear here. And same on the other boot. A little more on that side than this side. But still, like, you could get 2 or 3 good hiking seasons out of these boots still. And I've had them since 2011. I cannot say the same for other hiking boots that I've bought and had over the years. The only negative I have to say about these is they can be a little stiff because they have a embedded shank in the footbed, and that's to help them from bottoming out under heavy load, especially in like mountainous terrain. But that's not really any different from like a Solos or other mountaineering boots. So that's not necessarily a negative, but it can help. It can lend to these boots not being as forgiving at times when not wearing them under heavy loads under rough terrain. I'll put it that way. But overall, fantastic boot. Highly recommended. If you could find a pair of these used somewhere with tons of life left in them, or you can find a like new old stock, snatch these bad boys up because they are wonderful. You will not be remiss at all, especially if you plan on carrying packs and walking around in adverse terrain, the Pacific Northwest, or European areas like the Alps or anything like that. If you're going to be in rugged terrain, rocky terrain, these are great boots, and they will do you right, and they will keep your feet dry. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of like peek at some, I guess, like GWAT history. There's a lot of cool stuff that came out and was designed specifically because of our involvement in Afghanistan and our involvement in Iraq, and then those things kind of faded away. So it's boots like this that just kind of fell to the wayside. The companies either went out of business, got bought out, whatever. So, but like I said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe you learned something new. Maybe you never heard of these boots. Maybe you never heard of OTB. And maybe you'll go find them. Find yourself a pair and get yourself a good pair of cost-effective hikers that are going to last you a long time, especially if you've got new old stock and not a used pair. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.